Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, and I've got a quick question for you. Have you been living under a rock recently? If you haven't been, then almost certainly you will have seen all sorts of conjecture out in the news, out in the media, online, probably even, discussed among the people you deal with on a daily basis about whether or not the economy is slowing down. There's been all sorts of things out in the news about inverted bond yield curves and all that sort of stuff. Reserve Bank here in New Zealand slashing interest rates. Everything sort of seems to be lining up for a bit of a slowdown. Now, I'm not here to talk politics, I'm not here to talk economics, but what I do want to talk about is the fact that in an environment where businesses, possibly are losing confidence as to what's going to come in the near future and possibly even the longer term, what can often happen is one of the first things that you'll do is you'll look to where you can cut costs. And one of the easiest ways to cut costs is marketing. And I say this as a marketing person, I understand that it is definitely one of the easiest areas to cut costs out of a business in many cases. So if you're sitting there and thinking, hey, look, if things start to slow down, we need to cut our marketing, what I would challenge you to do is sort of think again. And obviously I'm biased in saying that I'm a marketing person, my business depends on it. But at the same time, there are some very good reasons why you shouldn't actually just jump straight to cutting marketing spend in the face of a potentially slowing economy. And in future videos that I've got planned that are going to come out over the next few weeks, I'll be talking more about this. But what I want to do is preface this whole discussion in this video by focusing on one particular topic, and that topic is the importance of understanding what a lead or what a sale is actually worth to your business. Now, I'm going to talk primarily about leads because most of the businesses I work with are sort of lead-focused businesses, but equally just direct add-to-cart sales applies if you do e-commerce or retail or anything like that. What you must understand is how much each lead or sale is really worth to your business once you take off all the costs of servicing that lead or that sale. Basically, what is left over, what is your profit. Now, the reason this is important to understand is because from there you can work backwards and actually work out what you need to be getting out of your marketing to make it profitable. And if you're able to prove that your marketing is truly profitable, then my view is that you really shouldn't be looking to cut down on it. If anything, you should be looking to scale up, even as others are possibly cutting down around you. Well, guess what? That gives you a really good opportunity to actually outmuscle some of your competition. So it might be that, depending on if all these doom and gloom predictions come to fruition, the economy might slow down and the sort of size of the pie might shrink, but if you're able to get a proportionally larger slice, then you might at least be able to hold ground and not lose any. And depending on how well you implement things, you might actually be able to grow your market share anyway. So just have a think about what a lead is really worth to your business. Do you know those numbers? Do you know what you can afford to spend per conversion, per inquiry form submission, per phone call you get, per add to cart and checkout on your website? Do you really know the numbers behind that? Because if you know those numbers, that will give you the confidence to then go out and plan your marketing around hitting those KPIs, hitting those key numbers. Because if you know that every lead is worth $100 to your business and you're able to still get leads from digital advertising or any kind of advertising for $50, then you're in the money basically, and you should be scaling up your activity, or at the very least trying to avoid cutting it as much as possible, because really what you're doing is cutting good sales out of your business. So have a think about that. If you're not really sure how to track that, if you're not sure what you should be tracking, feel free to drop me a message, send me an email on info@samfrost.co.nz. I'd be glad to help you out. I'm not gone too far into the maths on this particular video. That's going to come in some future videos, but what I just want to do is get you into that mindset of, hey, if things are slowing down, which they may well do, and like I said at the start, I'm not here to talk politics or economics. That's not what this video is about. I just want you to get into that mindset of thinking, hey, if I'm able to demonstrate to myself and to the other stakeholders in my business that actually marketing is really delivering on its objectives, and even in a slowing overall economy, we're able to still generate leads and sales at a competitive cost, then that should give you the confidence to actually reassess how you're spending your money. Obviously, there's things like cash flow and just how the business is doing overall that are going to affect what you're able to do, and that's a different topic for a different time. And I don't claim to be any kind of accounting whiz or anything like that, but what I do know is that if you're able to demonstrate that a lead has a certain value, if you're able to work that out and you're able to get leads under that cost, then you're doing something right, and you should really continue doing it. and seeing how far you can squeeze the sort of juice out of that fruit, as it were. So hopefully you find that helpful. I'm looking forward to sharing a lot more videos in the coming weeks and months about how you can do marketing in a really cost-effective fashion. That's going to be one of my big focuses coming up, is how you can do your marketing effectively without spending too much money on it, and where you can trim the fat without seeing too big of a decline and possibly even gains. So yeah, make sure you keep an eye out for that. If you need any more advice, as I said, send me a message. Email me on info@samfrost.co.nz, and if you're watching this video on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.